Hey, what's up? Brandon Snyder, NattyLife.com. I wanted to do a quick video on my pre-workout warm-up that I do before all my workouts. So whether it's upper body, lower body, I do it the same every time. It's about 10-12 minutes, but it kind of focuses on kind of that typical problem areas, you know, hamstrings, hip flexors, low back, and really the hip and shoulder sockets is where I kind of focus on my mobility and getting ready for heavy, intense lifting. If you're not working out with a warm-up in front of it, you're asking for trouble. So I've been there, I've hurt myself, and I've learned. So I'm gonna jump right into it, and this is the perfect kind of pre-warm-up for my programs, Testosterone 180. That's the 6-month program, and Testosterone 365. So if you're doing those with me now, awesome. So let's get going. First thing I like to do is hip flexors right out the gate. You do a lot of sitting. So we get this front leg at around a 90-degree angle. Don't go too far beyond that. And just really focus on pushing forward with that left hip. So up. I like to reach my fingers to the sky and go back and basically flex the left butt cheek to really get that hip. Let me move this way so you can see. So back, this is forward, and you're stretching from here up into the ribs. And then from here, I kind of sink a little deeper. This feels good. Get that going. Now, from here, I take my left hand, I put it on the floor. I like to kind of rock, let that femur kind of get around the hip socket a little bit. Warm it up. 2, 3, we're kind of rolling through it. 4, and from here, plant that hand and kind of twist. Kind of a variation on the world's greatest stretch. Oh. And from here, you kind of push back, twist that low back. Good. Okay. Other leg, left foot forward, shoulder squared, hands on the knee, right hand up. A lot of grunting and breathing. It's good. Feeling the stretch from the ribs all the way through my hip flexor. I'm flexing my right butt cheek and my pelvis is turned up, and I'm keeping a kind of a good 90-degree angle on the front leg. Kind of sink into it a little more. Feels good. And again, plant the right hand. We're going to kind of roll the femur through that hip. If you're doing a lot of squatting or a lot of lunging, this is also, this is good. Like a little pop, like me. And then again, return, up, feel it my left hamstring. And then from here, plant that left hand on the left knee and twist. Might get a couple adjustments. Then, from here, kind of do a yoga pose, kind of an upward dog, and this is to stretch where your abdominals are attaching or inserting kind of into that pelvis. So rather than just going straight up, which is good, I like to kind of roll around, get the left side, left insertion, center, right insertion, and back. From here, we go from kind of that upward dog to a back stretch. It's called child's pose in yoga. Roll to side to side, get that shoulders. Then from here, we're gonna do a little adductor stretch. So get on your mat. You can see me pretty good. Let me adjust this. Pardon. Okay. So from here, you kind of turn your toes out, like I'm doing, you can see both, and kind of sit down into it. This works the growing. If you're not stretching your growing, you should be, because this is involved, your adductors are involved in everything with your lower body, squatting, deadlifting, lunging, jumping, all that involves your adductors and keeping your legs stable. So you do not want a torn growing. I've had one. They suck. So from here, you're kind of sitting back into it. I like to keep my body kind of upright and kind of rock from side to side. You can really, really feel it. Okay, from here, go right up. Straight legs, over. Kind of relax. Now, in this position, keep the weight more on your toes. The more on the toes, the more you're going to stretch the hamstrings. Okay, I like to pull, and rather than just collapsing, kind of straighten that back. The more you straighten this back, the more the hamstrings are going to get warmed up, which is what we want. Okay? You're working to straighten those legs. You're working to keep the back straight, and you're working to push your face down. And again, weight on the toes. Okay, so from here, we go over to the left. I like to cross body. I like to grab my shoe or my ankle, keeping the legs straight. I'm really stretching basically my right hamstring and my left lat and mid back. And I try to push my nose to my kneecap. Okay, from here, other side, reach across, right hand, left ankle, stretching left hamstring and kind of that right lat and right back. Kind of getting balance. Okay, now from here, I like to cut my head off, if that's all right. Move your toes out and just lean back. Again, you're gonna feel it in that hip socket. So, side to side, left, right side. You can hear my hips pop. Okay. Now, from here, we're gonna jump into a little bit of an upper body warm up. This is kind of how I do it for my shoulder mobility. Do a lot of pressing, you want to have your shoulders warm. So we start, hug it in, hug your bicep into your neck, out, other side, pointing with the fingers, but not down here, keep it up here. Feel this in your outer shoulder. And above, you're touching fingers down your back, pulling on the elbow. Other side. Okay, now, shoulder mobility. Most guys that are pressing, that are strong, their mobility sucks, just like mine kind of does, but it's better than it used to be. So what I like to do is grab a dowel, maybe a broomstick, a piece of PVC. If you don't have that, you can use a band. These work pretty good too. I'm going to start rolling through, get this mobility right, because if you have shoulder pain or develop shoulder pain, it can pretty much end your lifting. So I have to get around, get a full movement, right? Then from here, I like to kind of demonstrate this. I go forward, and I go to one side. So my left, this stretches the whole front left side of the body from the hip up all the way into my bicep. Other side. Kind of twisting and turning. Good stuff. Okay, keep kind of moving this action here. My shoulders feel so much better the more I do this, particularly before pressing. Okay, now, last part of this. Flip the dowel around. I'm gonna get on my knees so you can see better. So, let me get around here. This is what we're doing. First we start, we pull. And then we pull the other way, up. So, I'm pulling this up. Kind of got myself in a little jiu-jitsu here, but I like to pull pretty tight with this hand. You're gonna feel it in your shoulder. And what I like to do is I like to kind of roll my shoulder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, about 20. Other side. Flip this thing over. Don't flog myself. Okay, so from here we start, we pull down, get this up here really going. Feels good. Like there. And then we go the other way, and this is the money part here. We pull up and really get this hand up your spine. All right, from here I like to roll the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. You should be able to touch your fingers both ways. A lot of guys, myself included, cannot. But I'm getting a little closer, a little closer, a little closer all the time, mostly because of that stretch. Okay, last part, ready to work out. Shoulders are loose. We're gonna do some circles. So we're gonna do 20 small circles, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. As you hit 20 of the direction, fingers down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, big circles. 1, 2, going back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Other way, you guessed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, keep loosening it up, ready to go. All right, so that's the warm up. I do it every day, and I tell you, I feel ready for the lift. I'm anxious to get into it, and it prevents injury. So don't think about the 10 minutes it takes to warm up. Think about the 6 months that you're not out of the game with an injury on the couch in an ice bag. So there you go. See you next time.